Accruals and Deferments. Let's get started with accrued expenses. Accrued expenses are recorded when services are provided before a bill is received from a supplier. An example of accrued expense is when a company receives goods or services before the actual bill. The company will record this expense as an accrued expense. Click on the three lines. Navigate to Business, and click on Purchases from the drop-down menu. Click on Record Bills. Key in the bill number. Key in the bill date. Choose the supplier. And the due date will be auto-generated. Scroll down to Add Items. Click on Add New Items. Add the items. Classification is mandatory. Click on the round circle icon and choose the appropriate classification for the item appearing on the menu. You can key in the rate. Discount is optional. Click on the calendar icon on the right. Key in the dates when the goods were provided. Then click Save. The pen icon will appear once the date is saved. This completes the recording of accrued expenses. Click Save and Exit. Next we have deferred expenses. Deferred expenses are recorded when a supplier receives a bill before services are provided. The same steps would apply as with accrued expenses except for the bill date, which would be a later the product or services received dates. Accrued revenue. Accrued revenues are recorded when services are rendered before an invoice is issued to a customer. In this example, for a service provided in January 2023, an invoice is issued on April 6, 2023. Let's move on and issue an invoice. Click on the three lines. Navigate to the Business tab and select Sales from the drop-down menu. Click on Create Invoices. Select the date. Put in the invoice contact. The due date will be auto-populated. Scroll down and add items. Classification is mandatory. Click on the round circle icon and choose the appropriate classification for the item appearing on the menu. Key in the rate. Once again, discount is optional. Click on the calendar icon. Now key in the dates when the services were provided. Click on Save. Click on Generate Preview. A preview of your invoice can be seen on the left. You can print or download the invoice to save it locally. You can also save and send it through Automate. Deferred revenue is an invoice issued in advance for goods and services that have not yet been provided. Issuing a sales invoice on April 6, 2023, for services that are expected to be provided in May 2023 means that revenue should not be recognized until the services are actually delivered. The same steps to issuing a deferred revenue invoice would apply as with accrued revenue except for the invoice date, which would be later. Accrual and Deferment Reports. Accrual and Deferment Report System is a method of financial reporting that tracks the recognition of revenues and expenses in a company's financial statements. Simple system records revenues and expenses as they occur, while the formal system uses accounting principles to match them to the appropriate period. To see the accruals you have reported, follow these steps. Click on the three lines and navigate to Reports. Scroll down and select the Accrual and Deferment Report under the Accounting section. Specify the required period. The report will be generated for the selected timeline. Click on the down arrow under the download file title. Then click on Excel. Once download is complete, you can open the report.